Welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. We're back working on the 944 today, Sawyer's car that we picked up a couple months ago and had the timing belt break on it. So what have we done today? We've removed the head off of the engine so that we could assess how much damage there is. Have we collided valves into pistons? And have we ruined the whole engine? Have we ruined the head? Have we just bent a couple of valves? Not sure yet. So here's our head. You can see the valves. I've got a lot of good scoring and stuff on them that can be cleaned up. That is a bent valve. I think it is, because I think it's closed on this side and open on that side, and I don't think these are supposed to open at an angle that way. And then you've got one other one that looked like that, is this one. We have to get from the other side to be able to see it. And this one kind of does the same thing. You see it's tight on this side and open on that side. So I think that those two valves are bent. Another thing that I don't know for sure is if these indentations here are just from a valve collision or if that is actually a design feature of the piston. I just simply don't know. So my ignorance will be short-lived. I'm going to study up on that and figure it out. But it does look like this is where they would hit if they have hit. If you haven't watched the first video on discovering the issue about the car and talking about what happened, go ahead and click here and that'll take you to that video so you can get caught up. If you are caught up though, we've just taken the head off and now we've got to figure out what to do next. There's a few different options. One, we could replace the engine entirely. We can get another 944 engine, 8-valve, early engine like this for around $2,500 off of eBay or wherever. We could also just do the head replacement for about $250, $275 is what I've seen them go for on eBay. And then that would just, take care of the valves that are bent and everything. The other option that's probably cheaper than that would be just to replace the valves. If we're going to be doing it ourselves, which we are, that would probably be the cheapest way to go about it, except for I've never done that work before. So do I take the easy way out for $275 and just replace the head? Or do we dive in and learn how to do a valve job? Another option that's pretty common on these is take the engine out and put an LS in there, a V8 from a Corvette. I'm not going to do that because this is Sawyer's first car. He does not need 450 horsepower in a 2,500 pound car because I like him living and would like him to continue doing that. So go ahead and put in the comments what you think that we should do. In the process of taking everything apart, we've broken a few brittle plastic bits, like some clips that hold some wires in. Nothing major. We should be able to get those parts from Pelican Parts or maybe FCP Euro, but we've been making a list as we go. Probably one of the most important things that we broke a little piece of is this vacuum canister, the green vacuum canister. It has one little tiny connector port where the vacuum line slides up onto it, and that part was brittle and snapped off. But everything else has just literally been clips. So at this point, the things we have to do, of course, we talked about the head. We've got to figure out what we're doing with the head that's damaged now, or the valves. We've also got to actually do the timing belt, the thing that broke, that caused all this problem. We're going to replace all of the seals related to that so we don't have any more oil leaks. This thing had quite a lot of oil leaks. We've got to replace the water pump. We already have the water pump, we already have all the timing belts and pulleys, and we've got to replace the clutch. Totally unrelated to any of this, but it's got to be done, and while the car's up on jack stands and torn apart, we're going to do the clutch during all of this. That's about a $580 part, if I remember, from FCP Euro. So we'll get one of those coming. We'll figure out what we're going to do with the head. But I really want to hear your thoughts, so put it in the comments what you think we should do. Regarding the time frame on this project, how long is it going to take? How quickly could you do it? I think we could have gotten the engine torn down to this point in one solid day, but we don't have solid days to play with. You know, I have a full-time job, Sawyer's a full-time student, has a part-time job. So we're doing this at night, we're doing it in the afternoons and the evenings, we're doing it on the weekends, and we're not in a great rush, but Sawyer will get his license in May, so I'd really like to have this thing ready in time to get plenty of practice driving a manual transmission in before then. I appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and stick around to see how this thing turns out.